Envoys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, and for good reason. Marathon has come out, and I've been busy with that over on Twitch, and there hasn't really been too much to talk about on Soulframe. And I did want to put a little bit in the beginning here about our build videos. Preludes 14 is here. And Preludes 14 is an incredible example of why build videos in Soulframe aren't that great of an idea to begin with. Now, the series was great for helping me develop my editing skills a little bit, the presentation skills a little bit. They were great for all of that. But the actual subject and content of them, unfortunately, is ever changing. And to be frank, those videos are damn near irrelevant now with Preludes 14. With Preludes 14, there's a lot of great things, which is what we're going to start off talking about. The new Fable to get Duello with Maestra Carmel is incredible. The music is 10 out of 10 as always. The new Siege of Mirafir is so good. It is so good. It's a beautiful environment. It's a really unique encounter. But yeah, there are some things to talk about. Of course, the primary thing with this video is we're going to be talking about rune charges and how I feel the rune charge system should be, considering how it was before and considering what they have done with it. So Duello is cool as hell. I haven't leveled it up too much. As you can see, I'm only bond rank 5. But the flintlock pistol is so cool. The flintlock pistol is a little weak, but it's fun as hell. The team buff of the Spirits Arconic super cool. And unfortunately, the Duello I have not been able to try yet. It's been a long day. I was not expecting Preludes 14 to drop, and I have to move on to Marathon and move on to the next thing for the day. So we just kind of gotta take our 3 hours of gameplay and talk about it. The runes are not it. It is very cool being able to have multiple charges at once. So if you look, I'm gonna hide myself real quick. If you look at my Spirit Arcanic, you can see that there is 4 sections of the circle around it. And those are 4 rune charges that you can store and you activate at your discretion. That is the best part of this new rune system. The bad part, the downside, is the fact that it activates on your heavy and consumes it no matter what. So if we activate our heavy here, there's our rune charge. We get 1 big massive attack full. But that is it. That is it to your rune now. Things like Flint Smoke, which have been previously featured in many of my video for how strong it is, are very hard to justify using at all. I have not messed with bows yet, but shout out to Sarah Loves Archery. I was watching her stream to get some other people's thoughts and whatnot while I was messing around with the Preludes and streaming myself. For certain weapons, it feels awful. And of course, the DE, as they do with every Preludes, they will roll out hotfixes and things will get in a better state, and everything will be fine and dandy again. But I really believe that I have an incredible solution for this rune situation. And I think what would really solve this is if they took this new multiple charges and store them system and morphed it, combined it with the old system where you just activated your rune and you had it for a really long amount of time, like 30 seconds. The thing that feels so weird about this new system is we don't have a clear message of what DE's goal is with it. If they are trying to give the envoy more agency over the rune activation, they've done it a little bit, but in my opinion, they've missed the mark a lot. And I think the way they could achieve that in giving us more agency over it is if the heavy attack activated it. Okay. The heavy attack activates your charge, and you have the really big attack doing, in some cases, 250% more damage. And then for, let's say, 10 seconds, you have 100% additional flame damage to all your attacks. So to recap, you do your heavy attack, you get your really big hit, and you activate your rune. And then for 10 seconds, you have additional damage, just less additional damage than before, or less additional damage than that initial attack. And the reason, the where I'm getting this like 10 seconds from is if you look at Flint Smoke or even Everflame before, it was like 20 to 30 seconds at max. Typically 30 seconds at max rank that you're getting the effect of the rune, right? So you get your Pulse Smite. With Flint Smoke, you're invisible, and every kill extended it. And it was a very long amount of time, and you could do an entire dungeon being invisible with Flint Smoke, right? And if they want Flint Smoke specifically to be extended less amount of time, you know, if they want these things to be dialed back a little bit and give us more control over them, I really think my combination of the two systems is the ideal path forward. Because like bows right now feel the worst. It's your fully charged shot, you just consume a rune charge, that's it. And I really, really feel that the ideal thing is you have a criteria to activate it, like your heavy attack, like your fully charged shot on the bow. And then for a shorter period of time than before, you have less of a damage buff than before. I think that's well rounded. I think that's balanced. I think it gives us great agency. And it also gives a nod to what runes were before. And of course, they could end up just completely going back, right? Like, if people really don't like this, they could just end up completely going back. But I really think, regardless, it's not it. The way the runes are not it. I love having multiple charges. I love being able to use them when I want to use them and store them for a really long amount of time. But there simply is nowhere near as much value. And I get that they probably don't want your whole build to be around the rune. But if you don't want the rune to be a big focus of my build, my Flintlock needs to do more damage. My Rump Thump needs to do significant damage. And now that we're on Preludes 14, with Rump Thump specifically on Bromius, it seems like they do not want it to be a damage thing. They want it to be a stagger thing. And whether it's still bugged or not is besides the point. A new Preludes is when you would expect something like this to be fixed with Bromius, and it appears not to be. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Comment. Comment down below your own thoughts on this. Your own feelings about how the rune system should be. The things you love about Preludes 14, the things you hate. I mean, we're only a few hours in. We have no idea what's going to happen next week as hotfixes roll out. There will be many hotfixes next week, I am sure. But that's going to be my first impressions, my first thoughts. In conclusion, Preludes 14 is awesome. The game feels more fleshed out as it always does with every update. But the rune system is the first thing in this game that I confidently 100% feel is half-baked. And I get they're trying things. And I think it's, as I've said in previous videos, I think it's genius that they do such a drastic change and they give us this system and they get to gather a lot of data and feedback from it. But the runes need to be a combination of what they were before and what they are now. They need to be. I don't really see any other way to go about it. And the last piece of feedback I will leave before we say goodbye here. Please get rid of virtue requirements entirely. Just get rid of them. Get rid of them entirely. They're annoying. They serve little purpose. Combined with the prism system, the virtue requirements need to go. But yeah, that's going to be our first impressions of Prelude 14. Thanks for checking out this video. If you've been for some reason watching to the end, make sure you go follow on Twitch. Subscribe, like, leave your comments, thoughts, feelings down below. And that's going to be it. See you later.